happening.
That shit's just been stuck in my head nonstop. I love it. It was such a fun progression from the last couple albums. Like, it was like a little more angsty and like, oh, I was so into it. What was the first song you guys wrote off the new album? Nice.
Bruce was the first one, and it's so funny because I feel like technically this is our first album, but the word album like scared us our whole life.
Yeah, it's intimidating.
It's so intimidating.
It's so like defining.
Oh, I love him.
He's
sick.
I love him too.
You know, it's not technically a bunny with a star, but it is. We started between friends.
I mean, being siblings, you can imagine starting at like 8 years old, what kind of bands we were in.
We started like working, we started working really young.
We did a camp tour where we would go to summer camps and sing for them, and I was 11, or no, I was 12.
We were just called
Brandon and Savannah
at the time. But basically, when we were kids, we auditioned for America's Got Talent, and we sang an original song. And we ended up taking it all the way to the semifinals when we were kids.
No way.
Yeah, and it's so weird to think about it. Like, we were young. We were like 14 and 15, and we were like living in New York at the Marriott. And yeah, so after the show, we kind of got like thrown on a bunch of tours, and we were young and traveling and working and doing it. When we got back from that, we signed our first deal with Capitol Records, and Sav you were what?
14. At the time, I was the youngest person to ever be signed there, and I was like, had no idea what I was doing. We were like, cool, this is what a label is. Like, they're gonna take care of everything. And you slowly realize that's not the case, and you have to kind of be manning your ship.
Yeah, you have to manage ship. And we were young kids, and we didn't know what we wanted to make yet, really. And we just kind of got thrown into this really hectic, sort of businessy side of the industry. And we didn't really know what we were doing. And so we ended up just working Monday through Saturday.
They like threw us into sessions writing for other people. We were just in sessions every day. Like one day it's an R&B song, one day it's a country song, one day it's a rock song, one day it's a pop song. Which is, as you can imagine, slowly started to kill us. We were just like, we were like hamsters running on a wheel, and we didn't know how to get off or like to make it feel better.
First of all, hell of an origin story. What the fuck? That's so, like, from the outside perspective, very cool just that you fell into it so young. How did that affect just like you mentally?
I think, to be honest, it gave us a lot of room to be kids now, if that makes sense.
Oh,
like
sick.
I think now more than ever we have this kid-like mentality because we started working so young.
I've been running in circles, you're bruising up my heart, and I wanna show you, I'll say it like, please stay, cause I really want you to want me. You say, okay, I really want you to want me.
We got the whole crew. All right, bro, you ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Here we go. Try not to cry.
See what's like.
No, he needs this light.
You're all right?
Oh yeah.
Man, I was really expecting you to tap that for
Yeah.
just a second.
I'm done, I can't handle it.
You guys have quite a few cool tattoos. You said a couple of these are matching?
Oh yeah, we have many matching. Here's what happens. I come up with a cool idea and Brandon goes, I'm gonna get it too.
Why did I kind of expect that to be the
Oh, thank
Well,
you
look.
for that. That's all I needed. Interview done.
If you had a trash idea, I wouldn't get it.
So he's saying I have good ideas?
Yeah.
That was a compliment?
Yeah, it's a compliment.
Thank you.
Savannah and I refer to our tattoos as chosen birthmarks.
Chosen birthmarks, yeah.
Most painful tattoo?
Ribs, that sucked. It's like a stick figure, Mother Mary.
Ribs
It's
sucked.
It's
Yeah.
kind.
I hated the ribs. The whole time I was like clenching.
I think my most painful tattoo, unfortunately, believe it or not, rubbed off. Our old drummer, when we were first starting out, we had a band. He was getting into doing tattoo work because he used to draw all the time. And I was like, just try it out on my foot. Like, just do a flower on my foot. And it hurt so bad. He was going too deep. Like, he didn't know how hard to push. And I was like, this is not right. Like, my whole foot's vibrating. It hurt so bad you would think it would have stayed, but it ended up rubbing off like 2 years after.
Ouch.
That was pretty painful.
This is sick.
How old were you?
16?
Nice.
17?
I'm sure you had parents' consent.
Of
It's
course.
fine. It's good. It's good.
Of course.
You guys want to talk album a little bit?
Yeah,
Sure.
please.
This album is so cool. I know we were talking
you.
just a little bit ago about it as well. But so you guys wrote Bruise.
Yeah.
First.
Bruce
Bruce
is
was the
first.
first
Bruce
song.
first.
And
I'll
he-
never forget the moment it happened. Our house was like this like stacked up 3-story
Treehouse.
like treehouse cubby.
Oh, epic.
So like studio is down, our bedrooms were on the second floor. Upstairs was like living room and kitchen. Sav was up in her room, and like, you know, obviously second floor, you can hear everything that we're doing down in the studio. And I just made the Bruise beat, and I just like was playing the instrumental over and over, and she came down like, yo.
Said, I have something, turn the mic on and don't speak to me. I was like, because I didn't want to lose the idea, and I didn't record it on my phone, and he turned the mic on, and like, there came the chorus.
It was the verse. I had the chorus, but she came down like, found you in my head again.
You're just up there humming it?
Yeah,
like,
and that happened with a lot of songs.
We never retrack vocals on Bruce. All those vocals are from that first night.
That's
and
magic.
We kept it.
There's something magic about that.
But it looks great.
Yeah,
like
it's looking real cool. Oh, and the little nose. Fuck yeah. Okay, you're all good.
But yeah, so we made it entirely for fun with no objective. And when we went into MXM to work with Luca, our first day in the studio with her, and she said, okay, so like, what have you guys been working on? I played her the entire scrapped album.
She goes, what's that? And we're like, no, don't play that. And she like goes over to his computer and clicks play, and she's like,
she's like, dude,
what are you doing? This is
the
best song. And we ended up making 2 other instrumentals that week.
So you guys, right after Bruise, already had the idea for kind of what direction the album was going in?
Well, not really until more songs came about. And so
Brandon was going through a gnarly breakup, and
gnarly.
I was basically like, we need to channel this. We need to write about this.
And we're also suckers for like concept. And
for the drama. We love the drama.
Okay, we're making an angsty 90s, early 2000s breakup album with lasers, and we're like, we're the garage band. We're garage band. And that's how the cover idea came about. It was all conceptual. You know, it was like, let's be this like suburban garage band writing a breakup album.
It's so fitting. And I cut my hair for you.
Oh,
like,
that one.
Oh, shit.
That one was a tough one for me.
I think I inspired her breakup, because then she had one.
You didn't inspire my breakup. That's a wild thing to say. No, the breakup was coming regardless. But I was still in a relationship when we were writing Haircut. When I wrote that song, I thought it was a love song.
It sounds like, I would do anything for you. I can't live without you. I'd cut my hair. And Sav's like looking at me after she tracked that, and she's like...
And Brandon started crying.
She's like, isn't that so sweet? Like, this is a love song for this guy. I'm like, dude, you're talking about changing yourself.
I played it for my ex-boyfriend thinking it was a love song, and he also didn't know how to react to it, and it was this whole thing, and it just... Same thing. We recorded it once, and we never touched it again. I love it so much.
You have to name him.
Oh my god.
What's his name?
The first thing that popped into my head is Earl.
Earl!
Oh, I like that!
Fuck with it.
That's
Dude,
Earl.
Look, I got little Earl.
I like Earl.
Bro, this is so sick.
Wow.
The single needle, you did such a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Branson, you
tricky,
tattooed me, man. Thank you.
She's a precious little girl. She's sleepy.
I love it.
Cool.
She's perfect.
How do you guys get linked up with Tizo?
Oh,
man. So
cool.
Tizo Touchdown is a dude that I have loved for a long time.
Brandon was always obsessed with his voice.
I loved his voice.
I
just thought he sounded like punk. I don't know, there's something about his tone. He's just fucking cool.
We had a friend that knew his manager.
Yeah, and so we reached out. I think we sent him, it was Stalker, it was Red Light, and it was Lotto. He was like, I did the 30-second test with your SoundCloud link. I listened to 30 seconds of the first song, and I immediately was like, I'm down. We told him, we want you to sing the second verse of this. And he was like, okay. To his engineer, he said, just play the outro and take out the vocals. And he's recording the verse part to the slowed down halftime part. And I'm thinking to myself, uh-oh, this is going to be...
We were like, this isn't going to work.
How am I going to get this into the second verse?
Do you guys actually want to swap real quick?
Yeah, let's swap. Okay, so yeah,
basically...
He's singing the verse part, but in a slower BPM, and it sounds great. He's working on it for like hours, but I'm stressing out like secretly, internally, like how am I going to make this work in the track? Then when he's finished recording all his ad-libs, all his parts, he tells his engineer, he goes, now put that over the verse. And
it timed up
perfectly. And we were all like, what? It was like a big surprise in the whole room to all of us when it snapped to grid and was like the best thing ever. And I don't know, I have so much respect for him. I think he is an incredible artist.
Shout out Tizo.
Shout out Tizo. We had Bakar on Haircut. He sings the second verse.
He's so cool.
He's awesome, and I love that feature. And then we have Eden, who is one of our best friends, one of my best friends in the world. He sang on Baby. That was the thing with the record, is we played it for all of our friends, and it was like, what do we need to do better? Like Levi, for example, over here, like who's on tour with us. I played him the album like, Levi, like you could tap in, but like I played it for you early, and you were like, more ad libs here, try this different, change this, and I was like, okay, and we did it, and it worked.
Other than like Bruise maybe was finished, but everything else was like trying to figure out like cadence.
And on the album cover, Levi's on the cover, our manager's on the cover, our little sisters are on the cover. Like it was really like a family friends affair.
Yeah.
The whole
sisters
process.
tried to join the band.
Yeah, I think they will in probably a year.
No, they won't.
I don't think they will actually. They're too stubborn. They enjoy the music, which is nice, and they also give us their opinion on things. And,
What do you think of family opinions?
you know, with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
With a grain of salt,
With a grain of
always.
salt.
But I think it comes from a place of honesty and care.
For the most part, mom and dad are pretty much always right.
Yeah, pretty much always.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Are they musical as well?
No.
They just
They love music. We grew up in like not a musical household, but it felt like it should have been one because of how much we were exposed to really young. We're from Miami, Florida originally. I remember being young and my parents like playing Daft Punk and playing like Stardust and like techno and house in addition to like Fleetwood Mac and the Beatles and Led Zeppelin, and I don't know, it was cool when we finally started making stuff that they were like, oh, we really like this, you know. It was like a big like respect.
Is there anything you remember them listening to that you didn't really vibe with?
Yeah, there was this one song. It was like a '90s house song, and who sang it? It was like Kylie Minogue or something, and it was like.
You didn't like that?
It scared me.
Oh, I love that song.
It scared the shit
I'm like,
out of me.
anything Kylie Minogue. I
They
think I
played
was
in the car,
into.
I'd cry. I'd be like, this is scary. Like, what's that voice? Now I love it.
He thought it was like robots coming to get us in
Yeah.
the car. And I was always like, aren't they cool?
Yeah.
He's like, can you turn it off?
I don't know. Was there anything you didn't like when we were kids?
I feel our dad is from the South, and I feel like country music was something that I had to grow into. Now I'll get down with some country
No,
music.
we like authentic country music, but like
real
when
raw
we go
whiskey
visit our
drinking.
family in South Carolina and they're playing like country music with like trap beats and
Yeah,
stuff, I'm
that's
like,
when
what
you
is going
lose
on?
me.
So can we be expecting a country
Oh
album?
my god.
Just kidding.
Yep,
nah.
yep, it's on the way.
On the real though, do you guys, how far ahead are you guys usually? Like, you guys just dropped an incredible album.
Thank you.
Are you guys already working on the next stuff? Are you like, do you guys like to give yourselves like a pause to like live some life in
Yeah,
between?
we do.
But like the break is basically tour.
It's this.
So it's
That's
not
true.
really a break, but like a creative.
It's like a
break.
creative reset. Like every time we try to sit down and make something after we just release a big project, everything just kind of sounds like the project.
Yeah.
And we never want to do that. So I think it's nice to like have a little refresh.
I'm so excited to see what direction you guys go in next. I respect the hell out of what you guys are doing. Do you guys still write for other people? I know you guys did that as kids. Do you guys ever do that anymore?
We're gonna tap
haven't
into
in a
it.
while.
Yeah.
I love writing.
We
That's,
but
like,
I think
my-
it'll be.
that's
I
my
think it's gonna be a
shindig.
team thing. I
Yeah.
think like
That'd be sweet.
like
You
if
guys,
me
like,
and
sit
Sav
together
can do
for
the
it.
like Pharrell Chad Hugo thing together, like that would be the coolest
That's
shit.
the dream.
Favorite fast food when you're on tour?
Chick-fil-A.
In and out.
There's Cookout in South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Or is that North
Oh,
Carolina?
they have
Cookout
the
bangs.
best milkshakes.
Cookout bangs.
No.
The milkshakes at Cookout are insane.
I think like
Which one do you get?
Butterfingers one? Is it a Butterfingers one?
or it's like like
My
cooked
cousin
Oreo.
Sarah just like gets 8 different types, and we all eat fries and drink them. Like,
The interlude, the Walkman, and all that you were talking about.
Mhm.
I assume it's one that you actually had.
yeah, everything in that song actually
Swear.
is another one of those things where Brandon made that beat and I came in and was just like, record me and I don't want you to hear what I say just yet.
It sounds like that happened on pretty much every song.
Yeah. And I came in and I sang it and Brandon was just like, you just like told the story of like our shit in a way.
It's so nostalgic. Like
It felt full circle, you know, like the whole album we're kind of talking about relationship scenarios, you know, and I think that when you finally get to the end, it's like our story, and like we've
Yeah.
never told that before, so
Yeah.
like let's do that.
Fucking
I
love you
love
guys.
her.
Damn, Branson, we love you, bro. This shit is
So
sick.
cute. Okay,
I
we
need-
need to name
Do
her.
I have to name her as well?
Yeah.
It's gotta be like, it's gotta be on, it's gotta fit. You know what I mean?
Edith and Earl.
I was thinking Edwina. So
Edwina.
Edith is way better. Let's go with Edith.
Yo, Edith
Okay.
and Earl, dude.
Edith and Earl.
Our little guys.
Damn, they're so cute.
That shit fucks.